We know what Clay Guida does time in and time out. He puts a pace on you. He's in your face. If he can wrestle, he's going to wrestle. Only problem is Rafa Garcia, the man can box, the man can wrestle, and he's actively looking for his own takedowns too. So what is going to be the X factor in these two similarly stylistic opponents, man? They have very similar styles. I just think that Rafa Garcia got that youth and got that vigor. Both of them got that dog in them though. So, I mean, what's the X factor?
And I said in the beginning, Derek, we're in for a dogfight on this one. The X factor out of the Guida camp is going to be the pace, going to be the conditioning. We've seen Rafa Garcia get swarmed before and really kind of get put on the back foot and start to think about the fight instead of just out there fighting. Now, the X factor for Garcia, man, big, heavy uppercuts. This dude has heavy hands. You talked about the boxing, Derek, and Rafa Garcia is slick. If he's able to keep Clay Guida in that boxing range, I think he's going to put on a show, man. But honestly, I could see this also as a 3-round dogfight, fight of the night. There's a reason this one's opening up the card. It's going to be a lot of fun. Grab your popcorn, folks.
My question here is, do you remember when Clay Guida fought Mark Madsen? That was what was our whole thing. It was like, both of these dudes can wrestle, bro. What's going to happen? Kickboxing match, right? So in this one, Clay Guida took down Scott Holtzman in his last fight, retired him with 4 takedowns, right? Well, if you look at an arguably a very dangerous opponent as well, Rafa Garcia fought Mahashate, took him down 6 times. So it's like both of these dudes are looking for the takedown, but if they cancel each other out in a pure kickboxing match, who do you like between Guida and Garcia?
Garcia, man, Clay Guida does have a really sneaky overhand punch, or I forget if it's left or his right, but he does like to dip like he's going for the takedown and sneak that overhand right at the top. But Rafa Garcia's smooth all around. I like the tool set that he can pull from, as well as pulling from that kind of street fight, that dog mentality. Although you can't count out the dog for either of these guys. No,
you can't, man. And it's just crazy looking at the takedown average per 15 minutes. 3.5 for Guida and like almost 4.5 for Garcia, bro. Like 37% accuracy for Guida, 45% for Garcia. But when it comes down to the striking, very similar. About 2.5 versus maybe 3.5. So like, it's very similarly matched up. This is my big thing, man. And I don't want to put no disrespect on nobody, but if you look at the numbers, bro, Guida's what, like 43? Like that's not a made-up number. That's a real number. 1981, baby. You know what I mean? Come on. Rafa Garcia, on the other hand, this dude is just a couple years older than me. So I'm just saying, how much longer can Clay Guida keep this thing up, man? 43 years old, bro. This is a young man sport. This is not an old dog sport. We say it, dog. Every dog has his day. At a certain point, when you're matched up like this, it's back against the wall time. I like Rafa Garcia. And this is going to be terrible, man, because if I'm looking at my picks, this is going to be a decision-filled night. But give me the decision, Rafa Garcia, man. You see these prop odds, nothing really looking too fantastic for a finish on either fighter. So give me the decision, Garcia, how you see it.
I think me, you, and the prop makers are in agreement, Derek. We're going to see a standing battle right here, but we're also going to see a 3-round fight. I'm finally taking the young gun. I'm going Rafa Garcia, and I'm also going decision. Plus 225 makes a lot of sense. I don't see Clay getting finished. I don't see the submission, even though a juicy, maybe, plus 375. I don't see the Carpenter falling to another knee bar or anything like that again. Give me Rafa Garcia. Decision.
Yeah, this ain't no Claudio Puelles over here, you know what I'm saying? But plus 130 decision prop for Guida is something that's very interesting to me, and I just kind of wonder why. Like, the odds makers in their heads, are they thinking Guida is just going to pace on Garcia and there's nothing he can... Like, listen, man, he can. We'll see. 43 years old. That's the thing. That's just the thing. 43 years old, bro. Sheesh. All right, folks. With that being said, that is your main card.